This week on The Talk, R&B legend Gladys Knight. And from the new show Perception, Eric McCormack. That's this week on The Talk.
Our first guest is a triple threat who can act, sing, and dance. Last year, he was named one of Time Magazine's most influential people and won a Golden Globe for his role as Kurt Hummel on the hit show Glee. Now he's added author to his credits with his take on the modern-day fairy tale in his debut children's novel, The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell. Please welcome Chris Colfer.
Now that you're voted most influential in the world. Okay, what do you think about our topic about starlets not getting work because of their looks?
Well, that's the biggest champagne problem I've ever heard. I mean, I know I'm tired of constantly being discriminated because I'm way too good looking. Interested in seeing what their exact quote was, what they actually know, what brought them to say that. But I mean, there's always prosthetics. I mean, so Nicole Kidman did, right?
Yeah,
for
right.
the hours.
Yeah,
you can always look uglier.
It's easy to go one way, it's not easy to go the other,
true,
right?
True. Sometimes you need like
That's
doctors and stylists to go the other way.
Very good point.
Well, Chris, you've accomplished so much at such a young age, which is so wonderful. And if you wrote your autobiography, you would actually call it Chris Colfer, A Collection of Awkward Experiences.
Yeah.
So what was the most awkward experience you've ever had?
Yeah, every day tops the other one. But no, I think I'm constantly trying to please people, so that always ends up being awkward when people don't want to be pleased. And they don't want to be my friend. But I try to get them on my side anyway, and it doesn't work out sometimes.
Now, speaking of awkward experiences, on your book tour, you had a die-hard fan sort of approach you in a strange way, right?
Yes. I mean, that's every other fan, I think, is another interesting encounter. But I did have a girl speak to me in Dolphin.
How did that look?
Basically, yeah. I don't know. I think you just swore.
Did I do it right?
I think so. Yeah, she'd be proud. Yeah.
And did she think that you were going to answer back?
I hope not. 'Cause I hope I didn't disappoint her or led her to believe that I spoke dolphin in some form.
Well, maybe it's because you're a huge animal lover.
Possibly.
I mean, tell me if I got this straight, because you recently rescued a stingray.
I did, yes.
And you tweeted about it.
I did, yeah.
How did you rescue a stingray?
Well, I didn't rescue him like I adopted him or anything. He's not at my house or anything. No, he was a beach stingray on the beach and was just kind of stranded, thought he was dead, taking a picture, and he started breathing. I was like, oh my God, and no one else was there to help him but seagulls, and they didn't care. And so I flipped him back to the water.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. I think I'm most proud of that.
And they don't sting you when you do that?
Well, that's what I was afraid of. So I wrap my hands in seaweed like gloves and then flip them.
Creative.
I panicked.
You're like a green MacGyver.
Yeah, seaweed MacGyver, yeah.
But your latest obsession is llamas.
Well, yeah,
Where did this come from?
I made the mistake a long time ago saying that my favorite animal is a llama because I always felt like I was a social llama in high school because, like, well, what does a llama do? Like, where does it go? Does it hang out with the cows? It's not a cow. It's not a horse. It's not a duck. So it just kind of wanders the farm. And that's kind of how I felt like in high school. I didn't really fit in. So I said that, and since then I've gotten about, like, I'd say 12,000 stuffed llamas sent to me.
You've been really candid about, going to high school and being bullied in high school and how that led to being homeschooled and things like that.
Yeah.
What would you say to those bullies now?
Well, I have two words, but I can't say that on live television.
The ones I use a lot. The ones I'm known for. You can actually say one of them.
I can say one of them. I'll say thank you. You've given me a drive.
Yeah, I love that.
I've been almost missing something behind this mug.
I want to ask you quickly about your Twitter handle. It reads, possibly 7th in line for the British throne, DNA still pending.
Yes.
So do you have some hidden royal connection?
Well, yes. What had happened was we were in London performing with Glee on our world tour, and I had come up with this brilliant conspiracy theory that I was 7th in line for the British throne. And I was so convincing, I did manage to convince everyone that could hear me. Tequila was involved with this conspiracy theory, but I'm still convinced.
There you are with them. Yeah, I see the resemblance.
These are my cousins.
More with Chris Colfer when we come back.
We're back with Chris Colfer. Now, Chris, your new book is The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell, and it follows 12-year-old twins
Yes.
who meet fairy tale characters.
Yes, they inherit a magic book that sucks them into the fairy tale world.
Oh. So when did your love of storytelling begin?
As a kid, I was very inquisitive, and I used to ask my mom questions every time she had finished reading me a bedtime story, like, "Mommy, why is Snow White so white? Why does he?"
I asked that same question.
Right. I can't top that one.
You dedicated the book to your grandmother. What did she teach you about writing?
Well, she gave me the best writing advice I've ever gotten, which was, Christopher, wait till you're done with elementary school before you worry about being a failed writer. Because I used to go sit with her, and I was just complain about how I didn't know enough words to write, and it was so hard, and J.K. Rowling made it look so easy, and she'd be like, Christopher, you're 10. You know, chill out, and wait, and just wait, and the words will come. And they did. Yeah.
Now, if your book were adapted into a movie, who would you want to play the fairy tale characters in your book?
I would just want the whole movie to be Meryl Streep. I think she could play every role, every single character. That's what I want. That would be my dream. Yeah.
So you wrote the book while you were working on Glee. How did you do all of that?
It was insane. I don't think I fully mentally recovered from that time period because we'd be filming on set, and I would write in between scenes. I'd go to like a corner of the soundstage and just sit and type away at my computer. And then we were doing this world tour, and it'd be insane because I'd be singing on stage in front of 20,000 people, and I'd have an idea, something witty for one of the characters to say, and I'd run downstairs in the changing booth, and I'd type it in my computer, then I'd slap on a leotard and go do single ladies. So it was insane.
Did your bosses at Glee see the concentration wasn't completely there? Did they say, hey, I know you're thinking about your novel right here?
No, they didn't. No. I think I always look, like I'm going through something complex anyway. So they couldn't tell.
You just used it. You used it.
I used it. I used it for the scene. I'm really thinking, why is Red Riding Hood's coat red? Rather than, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I have to say congratulations, because on Sunday at the Teen Choice Awards, you were awarded Choice TV Actor Comedy for Glee. We all love Kurt Hummel. The show's back in production starting today, so what can we expect in this coming season of Glee from Kurt?
We will see. I don't know. I've been on a book tour, so I have yet to get the next script. But I mean, he didn't get into NYADA, the School of His Dreams, last year, so I'm sure he'll be sad. But I think he'll get to New York some way, somehow. And we'll see how.
Yeah, but how much do they warn you? Did you guys get any preview, like either at the end of the season before or now, about where your character's going to go?
We get little bullet points here and there, but nothing official. And sometimes things, they get changed and rewritten, so fast that you really don't know anything is certain until you film it and you see it air on TV.
Right. Even after you film it, you're like, go home to
Even I'm like, oh, I wonder if that's going to make it. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, you never know if it works or not, right? Until they see it. Well, you are a delight. Congratulations on your first. Chris Colfer, everyone. Chris's book, The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell, is in stores now. And everyone in our studio audience is going home with a copy of it. For your chance to win the book at home, go to thetalk.com. We'll be right back. Up next, kitchen gadgets that will make cooking a piece of cake. And your chance to win at home is coming right up.